Well, hi folks, today I'll just try and give you a quick tip on how I centre my clay. It's it's the most basic thing you need to learn in pottery, so there's no right and wrong way of doing it. As long as you get it, as long as you get it done, then that's the main thing. So I've got quite a small piece today, just about a pound in weight. I'll just go on to try and show you how I do it. First of all, you need plenty of water on to keep it lubricated, get your hands wet. And then the main thing is to keep one arm sort of locked either on the side of the wheel or into your stomach like that. So you use one hand to sort of force the clay against, and then you use the other hand to manipulate it against this hand. You're basically using this hand, or whichever hand you use, as like a shock absorber. So you put both hands on, that's the one that's going to be doing the manipulating, and that's the one you're going to sort of force it against. So this is the hand that's locked on there, you see, so it's basically just my wrist that's moving, and it's just a matter of trying to squeeze it with your left hand against your right, and use your right to sort of squash in and out, like so. Like I say, that's locked on the wheel, and as soon as you feel it centred, just come off slowly like that. Because if you've got it under pressure like so and you come off quickly, it's still under pressure and it's going to jump out of the way. So anyway, I'll just knock it off again. So like I say, it's quite hard to master at first when you're first learning, but once you've got it cracked, it's like, you don't even have to think about it. So basically just one hand, I use my right hand locked on the wheel and locked on my leg, so it's something steady, so it's just your hand, that's just your wrist and your hand that can move, so it can only move sort of that way, inwards and outwards, it can't go that way. So then put that on there, and then with this hand, same thing, that's locked as well, in a way. So I'll just put both together, and like I say, it's just you just forcing the clay with your left hand against your right, and just going in and out with that until you feel it centred. And then once you feel it centred, just come off slowly. That's got a bit dry, didn't put enough water on there. So if you try and do it by not having your hands locked, so if they're just flapping around in mid-air, no matter how strong you are, you can do it, but there's nothing to sort of, there's nowhere to get it actually centred and locked in. So like I say, it's just a matter of putting both hands on, keeping them sort of secured onto either the wheel rim or your legs or your stomach or anything, and then it's just a matter of using your hands. There's no need to be strong, there's no strength involved, it's just technique. So like I say, just lock your arms, and just slowly use your hands, just squeeze it with your left against your right, and then as soon as you feel it centred, come off slowly, because if you don't come off slowly, it'll be off centre. So a lot of people with larger clay, they actually do this where they cone it up. I'll show you that. So they sort of squeeze in and upwards and push the clay upwards like this, and then you can bring it down like so. Some people find that a bit easier to do. I don't bother with that because I don't see the benefit, and it takes a bit longer. So anyway, I mean, that's just one of those things. Once you've cracked it, it's dead easy. You don't even think about it. You do it in your sleep. So anyway, final time. Both hands on the wheel head, locked on your legs, and then it's just using your hands basically. That one, and then use your left one to just. I mean, you don't actually use much. You're just using your thumb and a bit of the palm of your hand to just sort of manipulate it against your right hand. Use that as a bit of a shock absorber, keeping it nice and wet. And as soon as you feel it centred, which you will feel because it stops moving, just off slowly. And that's it, basic centering. That's the way I do it anyway. So if you practice that and you get that crack, that's half of the battle won as far as throwing pots goes.